What is up, guys? It is TheCitrusPanda here today, and I'm coming at you with a Naruto Storm 3 gameplay, and it's a bit of a rant, so I'm gonna warn you. If you don't like rants, get out of here now. Hopefully I won't raise my voice too much in this video. I'm not gonna be yelling. I'm not gonna be getting super angry. I just want to point out a lot of problems that this game has, and since the new game is coming out soon, Revolution, or rather next year, I want to get some of these things laid out on the table to inform people. Are they going to get changed? Is it going to be good? I don't know yet. I mean, honestly, again, I look at this video and I'm like, oh, we better change this because TheCitrusPanda said all these things about our game. No, but with a lot of community help, a lot of people from the community saying that these things need fixed, then we can get things like these things fixed. That didn't make that much sense, but let's get into it. Alright. So first off on my list of things that aren't balanced in this game. There's a lot of unbalance in this game, and you know what? I'm not even going to get into all of them because there are a lot of things that are unbalanced. And I don't want to actually go into every single one because that is a mechanic that the game just has. It's not going to be fixed. But I want to go into the things that unbalance the game in a way that could be fixed and should be fixed. Now, Instant Awakening is my first topic to talk about. Instant Awakening was something introduced in Naruto Storm 3, and for whatever reason they thought it would be a good idea. Now, it, in theory, is a pretty cool idea, and it seems to balance it out. Yeah, you can go into Awakening, but, you know, it saps your chakra, so it's, you know, not beneficial to you to use it. Yet it doesn't even matter. In most cases, it just has some really powerful ability that you go into Awakening for about a split second, use it, and then there you go. For instance, Nagato's Mega Man thing with his arm. Like, I don't know what's up with that, but it hits way too much just to be able to go into Instant Awakening, use it, and flick back out of it. It just doesn't make sense why you should be able to do that. Another thing is that not every single character has Instant Awakening, and there's no congruency in the characters that do have it. It's not like everybody from so-and-so clan has it. It's just like random characters. Choji has it, Naruto has it, not even like a Sasuke has it. I don't even think any Sasuke's do have Instant Awakening. No, none of them do. And, you know, you've got like, these random people who have Instant Awakening, and some of them make sense. For instance, maybe Neji's, I don't know, like where you can go in and out of this thing that saps their chakra, but you can do the same thing in just normal Awakening, and I think that would be a lot more balanced. In theory, it was a great idea. And honestly, they could just take it out completely. They could just remove it, and it wouldn't. Nobody would really miss it, except the people who abused it. And if you did take it out, it would be really easy to take out. You literally just take out the component and put everything that you had. Like for instance, Minato going into Awakening, having Flying Raijin. It's all right. You patch that. It's cool. You know, Flying Raijin isn't as OP as it once was, but if you just give it to him while he's only in Awakening, it would balance the game much more, and I think a lot of people will be happy about it. Now, the second part of Instant Awakening that I want to go over is the changing directions, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's just that. Changing directions. Pretty much the single battles in this game are broken. If you want to argue otherwise, you can argue otherwise, but I don't know why you would. They're broken. It's simple as that. If you're playing against a person with Instant Awakening and they're abusing Instant Awakening, which most of the community will, you're not going to find that you're even getting a fair fight, especially if you don't have Instant Awakening. Now, that's not to say that just going into Instant Awakening automatically makes you, you know, this person who abuses it. I'm talking about the people in single matches that literally will hit you with their regular attacks, and then right when you sub, go into Instant Awakening and automatically hit you. Naruto is very good at doing this because his Kyuubi mode automatically does like this lunging punch, and it really doesn't make sense that it should be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, you could keep Instant Awakening, but at least not make it change directions. It's just ridiculous that it's able to do that. It seems a little bit unbalanced, and it should not be able to do that. Single battles with people who are abusing it just aren't even feasible anymore. Alright, so the next point I want to make is Team Ultimate Jutsus. Now, I'm playing relatively fair in these matches, I think at least, and I thought he was too. I thought we were having a pretty mutual fight. The last fight was a good one. I was like, finally found somebody who's playing legit. You know, I'm going to have some fun playing against this guy, and we won't really use cheap tactics. yet right soon here, this guy uses a team ultimate jutsu on me, which I didn't think he would do, and it kind of disappointed me. And then in the next, in the next battle, I just picked a character that had an instant awakening, and I, just kind of gave him a taste of what kind of play style he was using. So basically, team ultimate jutsus need to be patched. This was not patched with full burst for whatever reason. I don't know why they didn't patch this. This needed to be patched. This was like one of the biggest gripes I had with it. I almost would rather have them kept Minato, the Masked Man, and young Kakashi so overpowered with their jutsus and whatnot than fix this. And, I don't know. I mean, right there, you saw it. I had 4 subs. He had 3 subs. I subbed, and it didn't work. Because, now, I don't know if this fixed a little bit. I think they fixed it a little bit with the update. I think it fixed it just a bit, but not all the way. I do admit that it doesn't happen as often, I think, or maybe that's just my imagination, but it still has a chance of happening. And before it was the same way. It didn't do it all the time. If you're right next to somebody and you use an ultimate jutsu, there is a large chance that it is unblockable and you cannot block it no matter what. You can't block, you can't sub, even if you have 4 subs. You're pretty much just defenseless, and you will lose a lot of the time. Now, this is not the case in all scenarios like you just saw right there. I did make a comeback, but that was because I had quite a bit of health gain on that guy. I was way in front of him. But in a scenario, let's say that the match is almost over, I would win. I have 4 subs, he has 0 subs, and, he comes up, hits me with an unblockable team jutsu, and I die. Because he used a cheat method that was in the game. And do I blame him that much? Yeah, I do blame him for using it because it is cheap. But I almost blame the developers more for leaving it in the game. So, it kind of goes both ways there. I have like an honor code in this game. I never really used Team Ultimate Jutsu as a point blank range. If you hit me with a Team Ultimate Jutsu and I have no subs, and it's from far away, or it's from like I'm falling from the air, and you use it, kudos to you for doing that. I ran out of subs. You hit me in the air. Good job. You did that. But I don't think you should be able to do it when I have 4 subs and you have 0. There's a reason that you have 0 and I have 4. It's because I was beating you in a match. That's what Awakening's for. Go into Awakening if you want to get a, a little bit of a comeback. Don't just use this Team Ultimate Jutsu that automatically lets you win the match. Now, that's pretty much the 2 main points I want to cover. But I want to go back to Instant Awakening for a second. Like when I said the congruity in the characters just doesn't make any sense, what could you do to fix it? Well, one, you could just remove Instant Awakening altogether. Nobody would care. Honestly, I don't think many people would care at all. It's not that big of an addition to really care about it that much. In my opinion, Instant Awakening is something that was just added to make it different from Generations, and something that they could say, hey, we changed this, cool, whatnot. But I don't think it really is something that needed to be there. So, what could you do? Well, you could give every character Instant Awakening, but that would just imbalance the game more with all the Jinchurikis flicking in and out of Awakening. So, what you should do is make every character balanced or on the same playing field and just let them do it whenever they go into Awakening. It would make it a lot more balanced, and that's the way to do it. Now, as far as the Team Ultimate Jutsu thing goes, that's not even hard to fix, at least from my perspective. Maybe from a game developer's perspective, maybe that is difficult to do. But I don't think it is. You just fix it so that when somebody's right next to me, and they use an Ultimate Jutsu, it should not hit me if I sub. It just shouldn't. It shouldn't. Now, as far as Awakenings go, and Overpowered Awakenings, and Giant ones, you know what? I don't even have a problem with those. You just deal with them. I mean, right here, you see me beat him. Yeah, it's a little bit overpowered, but is it really not even that bad? And most people who go into these Giant Awakenings, they're panicking, and because they're about to lose, so a lot of times you can just hit them with a Ultimate Jutsu. Also, using a Team Ultimate Jutsu on someone in a Giant Awakening, to me, isn't that big of a fault, because what else can you do when their frickin' Susanoo is destroying your face? So, this has been me ranting about Storm 3, and if you agree with any of the points that I made, please leave a comment down below, saying why you agree. If you disagree, leave a comment down below saying why you disagree with some of the points that I made in this video. And if you have any other points that the game should fix, that I didn't cover in this video, also leave them down below. Overall, I have a lot of them that I could cover, but I just wanted to cover 2 main ones that would balance the game out quite a bit just by fixing those things. So, until next time, I'll see you later.